I'm Chris, this is Darlo to the Prem 54, and we are in the Prem. Well, we will be soon. We have the season review, and we'll be getting ready for that first Premiership season. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. Right, so our season review. Hopefully something's happening. Oh, no, let's go there. Here we go then. So, our star man was Mark Scully, apparently. Okay, not sure I quite agree with that. Nicky Deacon came in, $1.5 million from Stoke. He played quite well. Donald Miyuma, a free transfer, along with Joel and Darlo. So a number of players came in without much of a fee. Charlie Burns, I feel, was probably one of the better ones at $165,000. But there we go. Mark Scully is the one that's been chosen. I still don't understand how. Yes, he's a decent enough player, but I don't even think he's going to be here by the end of the summer. Montolio was another decent sign-in. Catrino as well. Unfortunately for Coke Miles Smith. What a name. Coke Miles Smith. The £2.2 million signing. He's come in and got injured. Elliot Wood, the young striker, bought it for $240,000. That's another one not too bad. I like Andreas Lorenz. And Langley was just basically a backup anyway, so certainly a strange one. So what did I say? Someone like him, he's got an A, and Darlo an A+. Charlie Burns, an A+ from me there. Jace was quite decent, at $2.8 million. Montolio, sorry, an A+. Catrino, he's only got a B-. Wood, a B+. And Lorenz, an A. So, yeah, the ones I picked out have certainly got the higher ratings. And as for the championship then, so 103 points, become established. Well, we're no longer established, unfortunately. Top goal scorer was Scully. Not sure how many Joshua King scored before he left the Celtic. I don't think it was that many. So, and Fonkel was another one, wasn't it? He went out on loan. So quite possibly it was him. Biggest win, we absolutely mullered Norwich. What was it? 16 minutes. We were 4-0 up. 5 after 35. So yeah, that was definitely our game of the season. And a lovely goal from Fitzgerald. Was that his 30-yarder? So finance-wise, sponsorship, 1.4 million. That's going to go up. I think we've still got a shirt sponsor to come in. Broadcast revenue down. Corporate and hospitality down. Competition prize money down because we didn't get a FA Cup run. But matchday commercial was up. Shirt sales, 173,000. Patino, Fave, that's interesting. Ndala, Miyama and Wint. So certainly Patino and Wint are two of my favoured players. And our reputation, we might actually push up to 3 stars. You never know. How we lined up. Wint, yes. Lorenz, Jennings, Dadamascole, and Deacon. Rosiak and Patino, okay. Cliver, yeah, he's gone for 8.4 million. Burns, Miyama, and Joshua King, who obviously we sold to Celtic with his 5 goals. Charlie Burns chipped in with a decent 11. Cliver is 9. He actually played better than I seem to recall, but hey ho, we've sold him now. So awards, I had a run with Manager of the Month. Fans Player of the Season, Patino. Young Player, Jennings. Signing of the Season, Scully. I still don't understand that. Goal of the Season, Jace Fitzgerald. Top goals for Scully. Most assists for Cliver. Player of the Match awards was Charlie Burns. It is 4. Fastest goal, 18 seconds. And then broken transfer records where we sold Paxton Ironson for 12.71. That's going to be broken again soon when Dada Muscol leaves. And Jace Fitzgerald is our record purchase, 2.8. And there we have it. A wonderful season. So our best 11. Jack Quint is now the goalkeeper. I totally agree there. Pinheiro still in at right back. Jennings, another deserved centre back. Lima Jeffers comes in at left back. Compton's still around there. Patino and Mumbai. So Patino's certainly one of the better players we've had at the club. Joshua King forced his way into the team. Clark, who did well for Blackburn, got them promoted and Popov. And why is he still around? So the players that missed out were now on substitute. Schofield has dropped down to the bench. MacArthur, Lonwick, Angerman, Wood, Fletcher and Donaldson. So the new boys are actually pushing the old ones out. So Jennings, Joshua King and Lemus Jeffers are the ones that have forced their way in this year. Anything exciting there? Those four members of the team are retired. Lonwick's still around, look. And Bayer turns out for Trois. Clark. Hopefully Blackburn buy him. That way I don't have to worry about him. Compton at County. Carlos Siddick is there. Okay. That's a season review. And the FA Cup review. Yeah, not really interested in that. So, transfer-wise then, players out, as I mentioned. Shane Cliver, 8.5 million. And Dada Muscol at 14.75. And we've not actually put any offers in for anyone. Do we want to... I'm not looking to sell him, so I'm not right there. Sign for 825. Oh, if we get anything, Portsmouth can benefit. I don't mind that. I'm not looking to sell Jennings, Aronson. I don't think we'll sell that. We'll take the million. Joshua King. Yeah, not worried about that at the moment. MacArthur. He's got no real value, has he? So we'll cash that one in as well. Bring some extra money in. Murphy. We'll leave that. Tom Parker. No idea who he is. Oh, he's that youngster that we... Yeah, not worried about him. Rosiak. No, it's not enough. There we go. So we'll leave it as that. Right. I will now sit here and click next until we get any exciting scout reports or towards the season end. And we'll see exactly what we've got to play with. Hopefully in between we'll sell a player or two just to bring some extra money in and we'll go from there. Right, so here we go then. We are 45 days out from the start of the season and we've been handed our fixtures. Nice easy start away to Tottenham. Then we're home to Bournemouth and away to Palace. Carabao Cup before a nice home game against Liverpool followed by away to Chelsea. So yeah, it doesn't really get easy. A nice Man City away on Boxing Day. And then we're back into the second half. October looks alright, that week there when we've got Villa and Fulham. There's a hell of a gap between there and there. We'll be filling that up with friendlies, no doubt. Wonder what that's all about. Hey ho, transfer news. My director of football is going out and saying, buy this guy, buy this guy. So this is one of them. We've actually put a contract on the table to this guy, so we'll see if anything happens. He's had a few years in the Prem, not played a great deal. But he was signed for $6.5 million by Brentford. They played him 9 times, all as subs. So when we give him his first game, it'll be his first. Oh, he's had 1 start in his career. Oh no, is that one? Odd. He's had 2 Premiership starts. His first one there. I'm not sure how that counts because he didn't get a rating, so it must have been a sub. Oh, that's before. It's before the start of the game. He's never really done much, but we'll see. He's full back up for the first team. He's higher rated than any other defensive midfielder. And he gets in above Burns and Patino there. So it's potentially, he's in the mix. We'll see. I'll probably hold off from actually picking the complete until we get somewhere. So all in all, we've done no business so far. I've not really looked at all. It's one of those. I'll probably kick in a bit closer to the end of July for actual signings, unless the scouts come back with something decent. Or just continue denying our director of football when he puts big money bids in for players that I don't really want. And of course, we'll see what the free transfer market is like on the 1st of July. So I'll fast forward until then. We'll catch you back then. Okay, here's the news we're after. We have relocated. We're now moving into the Darlington Stadium, which the club will be renting for $1.5 million a season. Bargain. So some good news there. If we look at facilities now, we have a 14,189 all-seater. What do they tell us about it? It's council-owned. Very good condition with underfloor heating, no roof, a grass surface. Corporate average. Oh, that's not so good. So in a little bit, we will say to the board, try and buy it or expand it, whatever we can. We'll just see what the season tickets are like. The price will be up hugely as well. So all in all, we should see a nice boost to the budget and potentially looks good. A good championship potentially. Aaron Midson. Are we going to get anywhere with him? 2026. 6.4. 9.4 million. That's one to think about, certainly. Is he on our shortlist? He is indeed. We'll leave it like that for the moment. It's another one of these. I've found a player for you. I'm not sure I'm that interested in it. What does he want? 30? No, we'll walk away from that. Right, we're almost at the 1st of July. We'll come back shortly after that. Right, here we go then. So we've made some progress. In the out column, Christopher Wu left on the 9th of July. He went out for $9 million to Zaragoza. Kellen Fisher, we made a nice healthy profit on him as well. Sold him for 825. Nicky Deacon's gone to Huddersfield for 3.7. Bill Fry to Chesterfield for 95. And Ferrum, the backup goalkeeper, went to Tottenham for 200,000. Inbounds then, we've seen Diego Gruffum come in. Free transfer. He's a left back. Plenty of potential. So one almost for the future. So he's sort of a fringe player. He might get game time, he might not. Enzo Lafay looks quite decent. Central midfielder, formerly of Toulouse. Played a lot of games in Ligue 1. So hopeful he can help us. We've then had a flurry of signings on the 14th. Harrison Valencia has come in on loan. Quite a decent player. He's come in from Liverpool. Had a loan with Plymouth last season, 11 goals in 15 games. And I believe we have a optional future fee. We do have 17.5 million on him. Should the loan go well, and he's certainly got the potential to do that. We've got a backup goalkeeper come in, another Colombian, Norberto Alexar, again another one with high potential, so it might be a case he gets a bit of game time here and there. He's come in from Colombia. He was going to be on a free, but we bought him early, so we can use him as the backup. We have a new left winger, Sam Amayor, so that'll free up Joel and Darlo to play on the right. So he is right-footed, so it looks like it's going to be those two, left and right. And finally, Aaron Midson, the young centre midfielder from Tottenham. He's come in, quite a large fee, paying a lot of it in the future. Other news, we have approached the board and said, let's buy the stadium. They said, yeah, sounds like a good idea, we'll look into that. So that has put pay to any stadium improvements until that happens. So we'll see. It'll certainly mean we'll save $1.5 million a season on renting the ground. Players outbound. Mark Scully might be. He got a little bit of a hissy fit when we signed Valencia on loan. Parker, the guy we signed from Arsenal, we've put him on the development list. David Munyoma, no, Patino, we don't. Oh, fair. Oh, it's only a loan. We'll see. It saves 20 grand a week on something we're not going to play. No. We'll see what happens there. And he's on the loan as well. He's never fit. Oh, Josh King. Look. They're just loans. This Nelson Abbey is someone I'm quite interested in, but he wants silly money. Well, I suppose it's not really silly money, but it's silly money for Darlington. About 64 grand a week. So, yeah. We'll put him on the back burner and see if anything happens for the income in the future. Another one, Nicholas Castro, doesn't look too bad either. So, he's certainly one that we're interested in, but again, he wants a large amount per week, so he's on the back burner as well. And then Carl Rollinson has come in. We've taken him on trial from Chelsea. He looks as good as what it said on the tin, so we've put the bid in, 190,000. So at the moment, because of that, we're stalling on Dean Johnston coming in on loan from Everton. So they're much of a muchness between the two of them. I'd much rather take the player that's going to be ours. So let's just compare the two. Dean Johnston, there we go. How about that for much of a muchness? So one I can get for 180,000, the other is going to come in on loan. So yeah, I think it's going to be pretty much a no-brainer. We'll go with Cole Rollinson, assuming he signs, and as and when he does, we will then drop our interest in Dean Johnston. And our director of football has put a bid in for this guy. A useful backup to the first team. I'm not sure that we actually need him. He's on £6 grand a week, so it probably means if he does sign, we can free up Langley, who really isn't up to this level. Let's just make him available. And we'll see what happens. So that's it for the time being. I'll crack on, and hopefully before the Tottenham game we'll have a few more players in through the door. Right, so here we are just before the start of the season, and our transfer business is not done. We've still got bits and pieces happening in the background, and hopefully we can bring in one or two new players. But we have got rid of Bobby Clark on loan. Tom Parker did go out on loan to Scunthorpe. Mark Scully's gone on loan to Watford. Josh King, loan to Ipswich. So they were basically the salaries down. Scully, he's still got a chance to make it. So if he does well at Watford, then perhaps we can look at him for next season. Roman Fave has joined Swansea on a £2.5 million deal, which is quite decent for us. It saved us 20 grand a week. And then we've let Marvin Egley go out on loan to Carlisle to gain experience. So players in: Matthias Hansen, a midfielder, more of a defensive midfielder, but it's one there is going to help push Patino and whatnot in midfield. Another loan signing, this time from Man United. This guy, 22-year-old, he's got bags of potential. So we have a optional future fee for him of £4.5 million. So it's one of those where if we play him, he starts improving, does well. We've got the option to buy him at the end of the season. So potentially that one could come off. We've then signed a young player, a Japanese player. Where did we sign him from? It was from Japan. So he's come in. He's saying it's League 2 kind of standard. But hopefully he's got the bags of potential and can push on. So that's our weakest position. We've got the two youngsters playing at right back, so we'll see how we get on there. Other players to come in: Tarega, a decent striker. We've got him in on loan with a mandatory future fee, so he's going to cost us 3.1 million in the future. It's basically we'll pay him 10 grand a week this year, and he'll be on 30 grand a week next. But he does look decent, and hopefully he settles in this year and makes me look like a genius. The Director of Football signed a backup goalkeeper for us, so we've got two backups now. And I think we've seen Robinson. He's the guy that we brought in on trial from Chelsea. Like what we saw, offered him 180,000 in the end, and he's signed. And hopefully he's going to push on. He's got bags of potential as well. So all in all, we've gone about our business. We've tried to buy players that are young with potential to get better, and with the odd player like Hansen, who's a bit more senior, just to add that experience. We signed Lefen as well, didn't we? Or Lafie, is it? Lafie. So we've got a couple of experienced midfielders, and hopefully, all in all, it's going to be quite useful. So I'm fairly certain I've shown. Oh, that's my backup. The backup of it. This guy from Liverpool is another one where we've got an optional future fee of 17.5 million for him. So if he proves to be a bargain, then we could be mini Colombia. But all in all, we're quite happy. I probably want a centre back and a right winger to come in. Outbound, Donald Manuma, he wanted 44,000 a week. I'm just not paying that for someone who's not that good. So at the moment we've got an offer in from Cardiff, so we're just hopeful that he signs for Cardiff. He's already turned down 2 loan moves elsewhere that could have earned us decent either mandatory or future fees, optional future fees. So we'll see what happens there. And then we've got an offer in for this guy. He's a decent centre back, but I fear now that Inter are going to sign him because they've just come in and slapped a massive figure down. So it's going to be back to the drawing board with central defenders and out on the lookout for someone else. This guy, oh, that's because he's German, joining permanently. That's fine then. So yeah, it's going to be a right attacking, a right winger effectively, and a centre back that we're going to be looking for. Finance wise, we're at 586 committed spending. That's with the centre back that's going to sign for Inter. So we've got best part of 100,000 a week in wages and 9.5 million in the transfer budget to get these two players in. So all in all, it's been quite a decent summer. I'm quite happy with the business we've done, and hopefully that can translate onto the pitch. So areas for concern are the right back and probably centre back. We've got Jennings and Montolio that came through last year. So that side of things, we are reasonably okay. Obviously, another really good centre back coming in, perhaps over the top of one of them, will actually be a big improvement. The option with Jennings, of course, he can play left back as well. So we have options if we need to move things around. So yeah, what are we seeing with other bits and pieces? We're obviously going to be relegation fodder. So 1,000 to 1, Luton are 700 to 1. So they're certainly suggesting we are relegated. And the media are predicting 20th as well. So we'll look forward to finishing about 15th and really rub their noses in it. And no doubt, right at the bottom, our best two players, Darlo and Valencia. So, yeah, a long way down from the dream in 11. But it's one of those, I'm sure we're going to beat a number of these teams in and around the bottom, and that will earn us enough points. And like I say, I'm hoping 15th would be quite an achievement. The first season in the Premiership or Premier League, or Premier Division as it says here, is the key one. If we can avoid relegation, then I'm fairly certain we will be more than a match in the coming seasons to push on for the European places. And that's when the money starts rolling in. When the money starts rolling in, we can really then push on to the next level. Conference League, 3 points. What's going on there? Who knows what, who, where? How have they been getting on? They haven't won the Champions League. Finished 15th last year. Oh, sorry, second last year. Oh, of course, that's predictions, isn't it? Odds, betting odds. That's why someone. Yeah, it's been a long day. Right. With that, thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll see you for the next one. Until then, ta-da! Long.